here today with a products that you should be talking about. These are some underrated products that I have in my collection that I believe people should be talking about. This is a collab with my friend Katie. I'm going to put her channel right here. She is so sweet. She is incredibly close to 4,000 subscribers. She does review videos, got my stash videos. She does a whole bunch of different videos and she's so thorough in her reviews and her content. Please let her get to 4,000 subscribers. Tell her I sent you. And I can't wait to see what she's going to talk about this video. So if you want to see my opinion on some products that no one talks about, but they should, just keep watching. So my first thing is just Violet Voss in general. I love Violet Voss. I'm actually wearing Violet Voss lashes right now. They're a little dramatic, a little bit more dramatic than I was expecting them to be, but I went through all of my Violet Voss palettes. I have about 6 of them, and I found 2 that are still for sale and the highlighting palette, so I definitely wanted to show you these to you. This is the Violet Voss highlighting palette. This has 3 shades in it. The shades Moonbeam, Sun Glow, and Unicorn Luster. This is what they look like. This is such a beautiful palette, and their highlighter formula is so unique. I really enjoy it. They can be a little powdery, but when they're on your skin, they really mesh well with your skin and they don't look powdery on your face. So you just have to make sure to dust off any excess you have on your brush. I believe this palette is $25 if I'm not mistaken. I know that Violet Voss is sold in Sephora, but I don't know if this is one of the products that's sold in Sephora. Something else that Violet Voss has is probably my second favorite matte formula of all time, my first being Makeup Geek. This is the Matte About You palette from Violet Voss. This is just, if you need a good all matte palette and you don't have like a warm tone matte palette or anything like that, this is a palette to go. I love this palette. I use this a lot. This is always in my vanity because I personally think that everyone needs at least one good all matte palette, and Violet Voss shadows are just so easy to work with. You pretty much have every single shade of brown that you would ever need in here. This black is really nice. You have like the deeper colors. You have a shade that looks like Peach Smoothie. And it's a little bit of a stiffer formula. So like I have abused this palette to death and it doesn't even look like I've ever touched it. You use a little bit less product. A little bit definitely goes a long way with their shadows. And this palette is the Holy Grail palette. Whenever I have to go somewhere for a wedding, I've used this for like 3 weddings now. Oh my gosh. There are shimmers and mattes in here. And you can see they're just buttery and beautiful, and this orange hashtag is so good. I love this palette so much. This is definitely one of the palettes that they do sell at Sephora along with the Matte About You palette. So I highly recommend Violet Voss. Like I said, I am wearing their lashes. If you're ever thinking about picking up their lashes, all of their lashes have a very thick band. They definitely have varying degrees of drama, is what I was trying to say. But their bands are very thick, so if you don't like a thick band of a lash, I wouldn't recommend you using them. I feel like these had their hot minute and no one talks about them anymore, but they're so good. So these are the Maybelline City Mini Palettes. I have all of them. Actually, no, I don't. I don't have Shayla's, but I brought down my favorite 2 to show you. So this one was the Walgreens exclusive one. This is Matte About Town. These by far are my favorite matte eyeshadows from the drugstore, and yes, over Wet n Wild. They just blend so, that's one swipe by the way. They blend really nicely. You have to build them up a little bit, but for drugstore shadows, I don't really mind that. Then this one is called Rooftop Bronzes. Oh my god. This one is just everything. This gold, I remember last summer I wore this gold a ton. I really think that these palettes are really worth it. If you see these palettes, they usually go on sale, like buy one get one free for Maybelline. You buy one get one 50% off, but no one talks about them anymore, and they have a shelf date of 24 months. So I know I only got these last summer and they come in a lot of different colors. The only one I don't have is Shayla's. These are also really good for traveling because look at how small they are. It's like the size of my hand. Let's talk about another brand that no one really ever talks about, and that's Lottie London. I know I did a video last year of brands that everyone should be talking about, and Violet Voss and Lottie London are both in there, but I thought I would use this video to talk about that again. I have 2 products from Lottie London that are like my absolute favorites. First, this is the Tan Time Bronzer in the shade Light Medium. If you are looking for a warm toned bronzer from the drugstore, this is it. So this is only sold on Ulta's website as far as I know. This is an incredible bronzer. It can get a little bit dark a little bit quickly, but if you just use a light hand, it really looks great on skin, especially in the summer. It is matte, but it's not a flat matte. It doesn't keep you looking like your skin is dry or anything. It just adds a really healthy tan to the skin. Then you are not a good Erin follower unless you know about my obsession with the Lottie London eyeliners. I only have 2 of them, but this black eyeliner is legit the only black that ever stays in my waterline. And I don't know why. Like, I love my Marc Jacobs ones. I love the colored ones of those, but don't stay in my waterline. And then recently I have gotten the one in Velvet, which is the purple one. These are also only sold on the Ulta website, so I highly recommend picking these up if you've never seen them before. They're really, really good. The black one, I'm so sorry, is always sold out. I know when I go to link this will probably be sold out, but any of the colors are good. I want to get the brown one too, but they're so good. Makeup Forever blushes. No one ever talks about these anymore. When they first came out, everyone was really talking about the contour powders, but not how good the blushes are. I actually have 2 of that same highlighter because I travel with these. But these blushes, it is what I'm wearing today. They are so good. They have such a range for everyone. I find that they are very buildable and you can blend them very well on your skin. Some matte blushes just look really dry and they're really hard to blend out, and sometimes you can't get any pigment from them. But I love these so much. They can fit in any magnetic palette that you have. I just have the little travel things that they came with. Oh, so good, so good. And there's literally colors in the range for everyone. That's what some of the things I love about Makeup Forever is they are so inclusive when it comes to shades for everyone. Here's another thing you guys are probably sick of me talking about, but this is my Laura Mercier stick in Caviar. This is literally the only eyeshadow stick I have ever like used and abused. Look how much I have. That's all I have left. I've tried so many eyeshadow stick formulas in the past couple years thinking that they would be similar to this one. No. This is the best eyeshadow stick ever. Ever, ever, ever. This stays on my lids. This is what I wear when I wear to work. Like literally any day you guys see me on Snapchat, I'll leave my Snapchat down below. If I've gone to work and I have anything on my lids, it's gonna be this, which I'm gonna be so sad when this runs out, which is gonna be really, really soon. I haven't gotten any of the other colors because I can't see myself wearing any of the other colors day to day. But if you're looking for an eyeshadow stick for like work or something, or just really easy, I highly recommend these. These stay very well. And then recently I had gotten this one as a point perk. This is in the shade Vanilla Kiss. I didn't even know she made matte ones. It's right there. It's a very, very light color, but I've actually used this as an eyeshadow primer and I love it. I've also used this on days where I just want to like wear mascara and really nothing else to cancel out the veining in my eyelids. So those Laura Mercier sticks, they are expensive. I think they're they used to be $28. I think now they're $29, but worth every single penny. Like you can see, like I've used this entire stick up. It has an 18-month shelf date too, so I highly recommend picking these up if you've never had before. Never talks about this, and they should. This is the Natasha Denona All Over Face and Body Glimmer in the shade number 1 Light. This has a 24-month shelf date, and this is my favorite highlighter to wear to work. They have just come out with the mini of the highlighter and the blush. I'm gonna put a picture of that right here for $19. I'm actually gonna link that down below because this highlighter is in it. This highlighter is normally $38, but if in that little set you get the highlighter and one of the blushes. Whew, I wish I had a brush down here so I could like show you guys. Let me highlight the tip of my nose. But this is just the most natural, beautiful highlighter. It doesn't emphasize texture. It doesn't like, I don't know, it's just amazing. Whenever I'm looking for a highlighter, I have no idea what to use today, I'll go for this one. Also, what I use this for is if I have a highlighter on that's a little too gold or a little too dark, like sometimes I'll think I'm really tan that day and go in for Gilded Honey, but I'm too pale for Gilded Honey. This is a good highlighter to use to like lighten some darker highlighters up. And I've saved the best for last. My last thing that absolutely no one talks about anymore, but they are the most incredible lipsticks known to man, are the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea lipsticks. You guys have been with me since last summer. You remember how obsessed I was with those. I still am. My collection of them has grown a lot, so let's go over my collection. This is literally my favorite lipstick formula. I'm wearing one of them right now. I think Beach Babe. It just glides over the lips, It's very opaque. It is just so yummy and it fades away nicely. You have to apply it about after like 6 hours, but overall, these are my favorite tubed lipsticks and no one talks about them anymore, and they keep coming out with new shades and they're incredible. Let's start with my two little minis that I have. Okay, so the first mini that I have is in the shade Set Sail. This is the one I keep in my bag for work. You can see it's like using up. I compare that to like Whirl from MAC. It's a little deeper. And then this is in the shade Surfs Up. This one's a little bit redder. You can see these are going to be pretty similar, but this one's a little bit redder. And they have such a wide variety of colors. This one's in the shade 5 O'Clock. This was the first one I had. This one's a little bit more brown. They aren't matte. Usually I really just like matte lipsticks, but I make the exception for these because they are just so incredible. This one's the shade Siesta. This one has like a little bit more of a peach brownie situation going on. This one is in the shade Beach Babe. This is the one that did get a lot of attention from a lot of people. This one and Rum Punch. But this one has like more pink to it than any of the other ones. One of my favorites for sure. This is in the shade Colada. This one definitely has more peach in it than any of the other ones that I've already showed. This one is Rum Punch. This is the one that I have on right now. I'm gonna swatch it right here. You can see it's kind of similar to Beach Babe, but Beach Babe has a little bit more pink in it, and this one has a little bit more peach brown. And then the last one that I have is Pink Lemonade. This is the one that I use the least. You can actually see a darker lipstick on here. This is one of those lipsticks that I use to lighten up other lipsticks. I find that the formula on this one slightly varies just a little bit than the rest of them, not much, just it's a little bit creamier. And it's a little bit too pink for me to wear on its own, but I really do enjoy it. Alrighty everyone, so those are my products that I feel as though they are underrated and no one talks about, or that they should be talking about them more. What are some products that you think that no one talks about that people should be talking about them more? Leave them down below. You guys know I love trying your suggestions, and please make sure to go watch Katie's video. Oh, she is the most adorable children and I love everything about her. Tell her I sent you, and remember, you was kind, you was smart, you was important. Have a great day everyone. Bye.